Why did it have to be me? Why was I chosen to witness something so terrifying, so beyond comprehension? Even now, as I sit by the dying embers of that cursed fire, I can't shake the feeling that what I saw that night has forever changed me. It was a cool autumn evening when my friends and I decided to go camping in the woods. We packed our gear, loaded up the truck, and set off for a scheduled spot deep in the forest. Little did we know, we were about to experience something that would haunt us for the rest of our lives. As night fell, we gathered around the campfire, roasting marshmallows and swapping ghost stories. The flames crackled and danced, casting eerie shadows across our faces. That's when it started. A faint whisper, almost indiscernible at first, but growing louder and more insistent with each passing moment. "What was that?" I asked, looking around nervously. My friends exchanged confused glances, but before anyone could respond, the whispers grew into a deafening roar. Suddenly, the fire seemed to take on a life of its own, twisting and contorting in unnatural ways. And then it spoke. A deep, guttural voice emanated from the very heart of the flames, sending chills down my spine.
"Welcome, foolish mortals.
It growled.
Ye have stumbled upon a sacred place, and now you must pay the price."
We were frozen in terror, unable to move or speak. The fire continued to taunt us, its voice growing more menacing with each word.
You think you know fear? You have no idea what true horror lies beyond the veil.
Suddenly, the flames parted, and a figure began to take shape within the inferno. It was humanoid, but with twisted, distorted features that seemed to shift and warp before our very eyes. Its eyes burned like twin suns, and its mouth stretched into a grotesque, fanged grin.
"Behold, the face of your nightmares,"
it hissed, stepping out of the fire and towards us. We scrambled backwards, our hearts pounding in our chests. This couldn't be real. It had to be some sort of twisted hallucination. But the creature was all too real, and it seemed to feed off our fear. It advanced slowly, savoring our terror like a fine wine.
"You thought you could intrude upon our sacred grounds and suffer no consequences. Foolish mortals, you have no idea what you've awakened."
With a flick of its wrist, the creature conjured by a whirlwind of flames that encircled us, cutting off any chance of escape. We huddled together, paralyzed by fear, as it drew closer and closer.
"Tell me, what do you fear most?"
It taunted, its voice like nails on a chalkboard.
Is it the unknown? The darkness that lurks just beyond the light? Or is it something more personal?
One by one, the creature began to probe our deepest, darkest fears, manifesting them in horrifying visions that danced before our eyes. For my friend Sarah, it was a swarm of spiders crawling over her body, their fangs dripping with venom. For Mark, it was a twisted, nightmarish version of his abusive father, towering over him with a belt in hand. And for me, It was the loss of my wife and child in a terrible accident. Their mangled bodies lying broken and lifeless on the pavement. The visions were so vivid, so real, that I could almost smell the metallic tang of blood in the air. No, please, I begged, tears streaming down my face. I can't relive that again. But the creature was relentless, feeding off our anguish like a parasite.
Your fears are delicious.
It crackled, licking its lips. But I grow tired of this game. Perhaps it's time for something more permanent. With a wave of its hand, the visions disappeared, replaced by searing heat that seemed to emanate from the very ground beneath our feet. The earth began to tremble and quake, and great fissures opened up all around us, spewing forth jets of scorching steam and molten rock.
Welcome to my domain, mortals.
The creature bellowed, its voice amplified by the rumbling of the earth.
Here your fears will become your reality, and you will suffer for all eternity.
One by one, my friends were swallowed up by the gaping chasms, their screams echoing through the nightmarish landscape. I tried to run, but it was no use. The creature had us trapped, like insects in its web. Please let me go, I begged, falling to my knees. I'll do anything, just don't make me suffer like this. The creature let out a booming laugh that shook the very foundations of the earth.
Suffer? Oh, you have no idea what true suffering is, mortal. But fear not, you will learn soon enough.
With a flick of its wrist, the creature conjured a whirlwind of flames that engulfed me, searing my flesh and scorching my lungs. I screamed in agony, writhing on the ground as the fire consumed me from within. Just when I thought I couldn't take any more, the flames disappeared, leaving me charred and broken on the ground. But the torment was far from over.
Look around you, mortal.
The creature hissed, gesturing to the nightmarish landscape that now surrounded us.
This is your new home, your eternal prison. And I am your jailer, your tormentor, your worst nightmare come to life.
And with those chilling words, the creature let out a deafening roar that shook the very foundation of this hellish realm. As I slipped into unconsciousness, I couldn't help but wonder, had I truly escaped the fire, or had I simply been plunged into a deeper, more terrifying level of existence?